Hi everyone and welcome back to a completely different kind of video. Today I am going to be making candy floss because I've always wanted to and I figured why not. It was my birthday at the weekend and my birthday present to myself this year was a candy floss maker. It's not a fancy one, it's nothing special. This was like 30 quid on Amazon. I mostly just bought it because it's pink. And I figured as we make the video we could talk a little bit about the history of candy floss, which is surprisingly interesting. So basically what we've got is, we have a little thing in here that heats up, and that heats up this metal plate which spins around at crazy speeds. Once this is heated up sufficiently, you turn the machine off to stop it spinning, and then you add sugar, special kind of powdered, and in my case flavoured sugar, into this little well here. You turn the machine back on and it keeps heating it so it melts the sugar so it's liquidy, and then as it spins around the liquid sugar flies out. I'm not sure if there's holes in this or if it just, I think somehow the liquid sugar basically flies out of this little contraption. Don't ask me how or where, I'm not that smart. And as it spins and the sugar kind of flies off in these tiny thin little strands, it builds up around the edges of the bowl. You can come along with your pokey sticks and you should be able to collect it all up, and then you'll have candy floss on a stick, hypothetically. I did do a trial with this bag of sugar, with just a small amount of it, and I may have burnt some of the sugar, and collecting it was the hardest thing, I'll be honest. So we're gonna try again today, we're gonna give it a go, and just kind of see what happens. I'm gonna turn this on, and we'll start heating it up. I get very nervous about this. Okay, good start. So I treat myself to these like special fancy flavoured sugars, and these are crazy, they're like 2 quid a bag, so it's not overly expensive, I'll be honest. And I got these crazy flavours, so of course I got bubblegum, because if anyone knows me, you'll know I'm obsessed with anything bubblegum flavoured. My sister and her girlfriend literally bought me like this massive tub of bubblegum flavoured bonbons for my birthday this year because I love them. I also got butterscotch, which I'm kind of hoping is gonna taste like butterscotch, you know, because I didn't know whether to go for this or like more of a caramel or a toffee, but in the end butterscotch won out because I was curious. I got Turkish Delight because I'm also a huge fan of Turkish Delight, but I have no idea how it's gonna taste like this. I got cherry because I'm a huge fan of cherry. Cola because I love cola flavoured sweets, even though I hate actual cola. And apple because I kind of wanted something else fruity to try and see what happened. And oh my god, can you see this? Apparently I didn't clean this machine out properly, and now we have little flying bits of candy floss in the air. Look, that's sugar. Only a tiny amount, but damn. Okay, look, it's proper going for it. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Well, I think this is a good thing because I want to get all that old sugar out. I mean, it's only like, what, 2 days old, but I kind of want to get it all out before I put anything fresh in. I did wash it as instructed, but sugar is sticky and hard to clean. So using sugar for kind of sweets and candies and desserts, it's been around throughout like the entirety of history. It's mostly like a rich person's food, I'll be honest. So the fact that today I can have a candy floss machine in my living room is insane. Before, these kind of sugary treats were only reserved for like the top of the top, the rich of the rich, the privileged, bought it with my daddy's money type, you know what I mean? And they never used to have anything like this, obviously. Getting spun sugar this fine was always pretty much impossible, but people did try, so they would melt it down in pans until it became that liquidy texture, and then they'd pick it up maybe with a spoon or some other tool, and then kind of drip it everywhere, and they would make sugar dripped kind of, just turn this off. We got like little baskets made out of spun sugar or all kinds of things. They would decorate stuff with it and it would be great. All right, let's start today with, I'm really curious about the butterscotch. So we're gonna start with this one. That smells just like Werther's Originals, which is how I imagine all granddads smell. I've never had a granddad, so I wouldn't know, but I just imagine they have a natural aura of Werther's Originals around them, you know? You think men get to a certain age and they just start smelling of Werther's Originals? Because I like to think that's what happens. All right, I'm quite nervous. If sugar flies everywhere, you can't laugh too much at me, okay? Oh, we got a bit. Okay, maybe I overfilled that a little bit. Also, my suction cups aren't sticking to the table quite enough. Ooh. So before, my issue was, as the threads were coming out, I was trying to scoop them up this way, and it was dragging them along here. So I don't know whether I need to kind of like wait a little longer and let them get a little higher so I can pick them up here, or I don't really have a technique down, I'll be honest. Here we go, we're getting threads, sticking a bit. Oh, look at this! Oh, I take back everything I said about me being terrible. I am a genius. I'm a candy floss genius. Kind of. Just call me the candy floss whisperer. Or something like that. That's the thing, right? I realize my favourite kind of thing about any fair or theme park or absolutely anything is getting candy floss. I love it. Went to Coney Island a few years ago with my sister, and one of the first things, like I said, was I was like, if we're going here, I'm getting candy floss. It was great. Oh god, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. Don't do that, buddy. Okay, I think we're all out for now. So we have quite a bit of sugar built up on here, which I think kind of flew out too early maybe. Slight steaming on here. That scares me a bit. But I think we've got most of the actual floss off here. We would have made a lot more floss if this hadn't have kind of like crystallized up here. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong with that or what the deal is, but either way, let's be honest, it's just crystallized sugar. I'm still going to eat it. Look, it just looks like this. Okay, let's give this a try. Oh, that's really good. I know we haven't produced a huge amount, but it is nice. Also, I think it's quite like compressed on here, if that makes sense. It just tastes like regular candy floss though. It doesn't taste so much like butterscotch, which is a bit sad. Oh, this is interesting. So the sugar's like solidified right in the middle, so it's not flossy anymore. I wonder if that's because I kind of left it in too long and it got heated up by this. I don't know. That's so good though. Let's give this a minute to heat up again. And while we're doing this, I think we're going to go something completely different next time. And we're going to go, I'm going to go cherry, I think. Cherry. Oh, yeah, see, I'm getting some thick strands here from the stuff that's left. So, fun facts for you. The strands of sugar that spun around and that come out of here are literally only 50 microns in diameter, which is 2/1000 of an inch, which is teeny, teeny, tiny. The first candy floss machine, kind of like this, but obviously a little bit different back then, was first made in 1904 by Morrison and Wharton. They called it an electric candy machine. And it first came to the attention of the public at the Louisiana Purchase Expedition. And basically they created this candy floss that was new and exciting, and oh my god, this cherry one smells amazing. And they obviously, like, they weren't selling candy floss machines, but they were selling the candy floss, and they were selling it to people, and they labeled it at the time fairy floss, and they put it in little wooden boxes and sold it as something new and magical and exciting. And look at this that's just come off. Way more kind of crystallized than the other, but also more yellow than the candy floss was at first. Oh yeah, that's burnt sugar. That's burnt sugar right there. All good though, get it out of the way. We're gonna move on to this cherry one. Because like I said, I think I overfilled it before slightly. Oh, back in there, you. This one does smell good, although slightly chemically, I'll be honest. But not surprising, I am not going to imagine that these bags of powdered sugar contain natural flavourings, let's be honest. So yeah, I love the name Fairy Floss. I think we should petition to have candy floss, or cotton candy as you guys call it in America. I think we should petition to have it changed back to Fairy Floss, because I love that name. Here we go, this is what's exciting. So that was only the first cotton candy machine and first candy floss to kind of be sold. But then in 1921, this other guy called Joseph Lascaux, kind of French sounding name or French looking name, I'm not sure. He also decided to create his own version of a candy floss machine and sell candy floss. And this is where the name changed. So he didn't want it to be called Fairy Floss like the original, and that's where he came up with the name Cotton Candy, which is why we have it today. Here's the fun thing though, he was a dentist. So all these dentists today telling you to not eat your sweets, not do this, don't eat candy floss, don't eat cotton candy, and yet one of the first people to really popularise it was a dentist. So thanks, Joseph. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, ooh, oh, we got this, look at this. Skillage, absolute skillage right here. Oh, boom, we got this. Team, oh, I'm saying team, you're not really here, but I'm imagining you are. Look at this, oh, I think we've got this technique down. Love it more, love it more. Ah, we're good. Oh. Let me grab another one to just get these little remnants before they melt again. Ah, they're melting. They're melting. Come here, buddies. Oh my god. I love how this one tastes. This proper tastes like fairground candy floss. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, somewhere between 1921 and today, dentists realised that they probably shouldn't be selling people stuff that rots their teeth. Even though that technically gets them more money, it may be slightly unethical. And so candy floss became something sweet manufacturers sell, and to have at fairgrounds and all kinds of fun stuff like that. Carnivals and circuses and, you know, exciting things, rather than something your dentist tries to sell you. I'm trying to make these suctiony pads on the bottom stick a little harder to my table. What if I just... Let's go Turkish Delight. I'm intrigued by this one. Apparently, with this candy floss machine as well, you can do the cool thing of putting entire whole sweets in here, like boiled sweets or bits of candy cane or anything like that, and apparently it will melt it and turn it into candy floss. But I don't quite think I'm brave enough to try that yet, because that sounds terrifying, I'll be honest. Oh, okay, the Turkish Delight one. I love Turkish Delight, but I'll be honest, this smells a bit like soap. I don't know how I feel about that. Now, I know most Turkish Delight, especially traditional stuff, is rose flavoured, so I imagine this is just going to be kind of rose flavoured candy floss. But I'll be honest, I love the smell of rose Turkish Delight. This is just not selling it to me though. The flavour of the sugar itself is great though. Also, I wouldn't recommend licking your finger and stick it in a bag of sugar normally, but I live alone, I'm the only one who's going to be using this, so do what I want and stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's good now that we're not overfilling it. This is working quite well. I think I'm getting a bit of a technique down, you know? Like, oh, look at this. I've got the table sit. I've got the machine I'm holding into place. There we go. We have a strand. So exciting when you see the first strands. Come on, candy floss. We can do this. Yes. I feel like I've got a good fairy on my side today. Oh, look at this. Oh, ooh, there we go. Oh, I lost it, there we go. Come back, there we go. Oh, winner. This isn't going so well. Here we go. Oh, and that sounds to me like it's out of sugar. The sound changed when it ran out. I like that. Boom. Okay, so this looks a little sad, but this, perfect. Oh my god. I take it all back about the weird smell, because this tastes amazing. Recommend, yes. So, while I'm eating this, now is a great time for some shameless self-promotion. To anyone who is or was thinking about supporting me on Patreon, I've had a little update of some of the tier rewards. So now, I'm doing something cool like merch supplied by Patreon on there. So, if you support me for $1 or $5 a month, you just get the kind of regular basic stuff, which is like extra posts and content, which is mostly like I post video notes and scripts, I post extra photos that I take and stuff, mostly of like, you know, landscapes and nature and Kyra and animals and that kind of fun stuff. You also get access to my Discord server, so you can come and join the conversation on there. This is so good. But the exciting change is the $10 and $20 tiers, so you get access to all that same stuff, but also for every 3 months you support me on one of those tiers, you get sent exclusive stickers or prints, all designs that you can't get anywhere else. And they're stuff featuring like either like some of my paintings, some of my photographs, digital kind of like artwork and stuff, or just kind of like little bits and bobs of all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm hoping Patreon will let you see the designs before, like, I guess you support, but if not, let me know and I'll post the pictures on Patreon so you can see what you're getting. But yeah, you get sent a different one every 3 months, which is really, really cool and exciting. Well, I'm really excited for it. I don't really know how many other ways I can say this. So there's that. So if you've been considering supporting me on Patreon for a while and you've just not been sure about it before, then this might be another little incentive for you. Otherwise, if you're already supporting me on Patreon, thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and you make all this stuff possible. It's thanks to my Patreon supporters that I was able to do things like update my lighting, get like microphone stands, buy a new camera when mine broke. It pays for stuff like editing software and all sorts of stuff, so it just helps me put money back into making my videos. And it also does the boring stuff as well, like pays my rent and bills. And here you go, we've got a nice little close-up shot of the table. Ooh, hello. Why am I like this? Okay. For this next one, I think we are gonna do bubblegum. So let's just heat it up a little bit first. I've already done bubblegum. Let's do apple actually. So I've already done bubblegum. It wasn't on camera, but you know, I'm gonna save it to the end. While we're still on the shameless self-promotion, if you do want to support my channel but Patreon isn't really, this smells incredible, your kind of thing, there are other ways to support me. Like you can become a, I think it's like a member or a subscriber or something over on Twitch when I do my Twitch streams over there, and you get like exclusive little emojis in the chat, which are all very cute Kyras. There's a little black and white photo Kyra, there's a little digitally drawn Kyra, there's Kyra as a fairy on the higher tiers. It's great, lots of Kyras. I'm streaming more and more over there. I'm really enjoying it. They're really nice, kind of relaxed, chilled out streams, so if you ever want to come join me for them, you can do. Otherwise, you can buy my merch. I currently have some new designs available, which I'm really, really excited about. They all feature kind of like hand-drawn, handwritten lettering and these really cool designs that I am personally obsessed with. You can also get one of them as leggings, which is amazing. I've ordered myself one of them, but it's not arrived yet. I'm very, very excited for that. Or you can send me a one-off donation via PayPal. Annoyingly, PayPal doesn't give me an option to like message people back when they've done that and say thank you, but please just know, if you do donate via PayPal, thank you, you're amazing. Also this weekend, like I say, it was my birthday, but it was also, because purely by coincidence, I've mentioned this before, I adopted Kyra on my birthday. I've been looking to adopt for a while, and it just so happened that Battersea emailed us to tell us that they had some dogs matching us and when could we go in and meet them. And the next day that me and Dan both had off was my birthday, so we cancelled all our other plans and we went into Battersea, and we came home that same day with Kyra. And that was 3 years ago as of yesterday. So me and Kyra went out and celebrated with my sister and her girlfriend yesterday, and we went to Crosby Beach, which is over on the west coast, but it was absolutely lovely, and it was nice to actually be able to see them again now that lockdown guidelines are they're getting looser. We have more freedom, which is lovely, because last year I spent my birthday alone, so it was nice to be with them this year. Kyra had an incredible day. She and my sister were just running up and down sand dunes and just being absolutely crazy together. It was wonderful. God, this is going perfect. Look at this. I'm so glad I'm filming this one. Although, I feel like I shouldn't be so close because I am having some bits of sugar hit me and burn me on the arms a little bit. But we can deal with this. We're good. We're tough. Oh, we're nearly done. Oh, I think we're nearly done. This is the apple, remember? Okay, tell me this isn't perfect. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, this is like proper fairground candy floss. I feel like each one I open I prefer more to the last one. I don't know which is my favourite so far. Here's some other fun conversation topics on me and candy floss. So I recently made that video about Girl Defiant's book. I haven't really looked into what they've been doing for a while, so I figured I'd check it out, and found a great subreddit kind of mocking certain fundamentalist Christian groups, which some of the comments are a little bit harsh on it, but overall I was like, oh, content ideas. It was great. I won't say the name because I kind of like to keep it smaller and private, but if you remember you'll know which one I mean. But anyway, and then I was like, oh, so, and I don't know why I hadn't thought of it before. I was like, Girl Defiant have Instagram. Let's go on there and see what they're doing. Turns out, they blocked me, which is kind of understandable, I guess. But then I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just go to Kyra's Instagram and have a look through there. Except they blocked Kyra as well. So apparently I'm such a threat to Girl Defiant that not only did they block me, but they blocked my dog, which I found absolutely hilarious. We just have the last two to do. Oh, that bubblegum. Oh, this is great. This proper smells like artificial cola flavour. You know, like you get in like whistle lollies or Chupa Chup lollies or cola bottles or anything like that. I love the smell and taste. So I don't know if you can see this, but I currently have sugar all over my kitchen table. And Kyra's staying far away. She's sleeping in the sun on the other side of the room. Alright, I think we might be done for the cola. So this is an incredibly phallic one, I'll be honest. It doesn't taste anything like cola though, it just tastes like sugar. All that incredible flavour that was in the sugar when I just had it straight, completely gone. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. It's good candy floss. It just doesn't taste like cola. Okay, last one now. I don't even want to think about how much sugar I've eaten today. Ow, oh, ow, ow, burnt me. Ooh, that was it. You can literally see it on me. A big burning hot chunk of sugar just came out and spat at me. Worth it though. This is a huge amount of candy floss. Okay, so despite, I don't know if you can see, literally I still have some of the sugar stuck to me. But despite, ow, being burnt by little hot bits of sugar, this is pretty much perfect, isn't it? Look at this. I mean, yes, it's a bit wonky. Yes, it's kind of wobbly, but this feels like true candy floss, fairy floss, fun, good stuff. It's amazing how far, like, people have come in the last 100 years. Before then, sponge sugar and goodies and treats like this were reserved for the elite, the rich, the fancy ones. People like Marie Antoinette loved her spun sugar. It was only when a few dentists and a few little dreamers decided to bring fairy floss and then later cotton candy to the public that it became accessible to everyone, to carnival goers and circus goers and fair goers and the like. People like me and you who were just regular working people finally had access to something like this that honestly is still kind of magical and fun and beautiful. I can't eat candy floss without feeling happy and joyful and like an excited child, and I love it. And the fact that now I can make it in my own home in all these crazy flavours for like 45 quid this whole thing cost, and I still have all this sugar left I can do plenty more with in the machine and everything. It's quite exciting, isn't it? It's just a shame I still don't know how to eat candy floss. It's not something you can eat in a ladylike manner, is it? You kind of have to get your hands stuck in there and just be a bit of a kid about it. Sticky fingers is what candy floss is all about. I love it. But anyway, with that, we've tried all the flavours, and that is me done for today. I'm gonna go and probably brush my teeth a hell of a lot after I've eaten this, because I'm gonna need to, let's be honest. But thank you for joining me today and sticking around and having a little bit of fun with me. And thank you for letting me do these fun, silly videos. And hopefully you've enjoyed this, and if you have, you can like the video, subscribe if you're new here. Otherwise, I'll see you again very soon. Thanks a lot.